Hi there, my name is Joshua Brown for the interview training company howtobecome.com, and in this presentation I will teach you how to pass the tough Civil Service Fast Stream interview. So if you have a job interview coming up for any civil service role whatsoever and you're undertaking the Fast Stream video interview, then please make sure you watch this video from start to finish because I'm going to help you to succeed. To help you to achieve that goal, this is what I will cover. First, I will give you a list of civil service fast stream interview questions that I strongly recommend you prepare for. I will also provide you with example high scoring answers to those questions to help you to succeed. I'll also make sure to give you some essential tips for passing the Fast Stream Civil Service interview before finally telling you how you can download further resources including all of the answers to help you to prepare. And just very quickly, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I want to help you to pass your interview and I can only do that if you're subscribed. And please don't forget to hit that like button because this tells me you find these tutorials useful. Okay, let's get started with the first civil service fast stream interview question that I recommend you prepare for, and that is, tell me about a time when you embraced change at work. Now, this civil service fast stream interview question is your opportunity to demonstrate that you are adaptable and that you can embrace change. Now, one of the key strengths that you'll be assessed on during your interview is adaptability. You'll need to show that you're flexible, versatile, and that you're an advocate for change. This is really important because during your civil service fast stream interview, you will be assessed against certain key strengths, and I'm going to go through those strengths with you during this presentation. So let's take a look at a great example answer to help you pass this tough interview question. Tell me about a time when you embraced change at work. Here we go. At my previous role, a new department head took over the running of our department, and they immediately wanted to make a variety of changes that some members of the department felt were unnecessary. In my view, I felt like we'd been functioning in a set way for such a long period of time that the changes were in fact a good thing. I listened to the new department head's proposed new changes, and I personally offered my help to implement them. She provided me with the task of putting together new team guidelines to clearly outline the new methods of working moving forward for each member of the department. During the transition to change to the new working procedures, I actively encouraged others to embrace the changes positively by explaining how they could be a positive thing for all of us moving forward. I personally believe that all teams and companies must adapt to change regularly to stay ahead of competing businesses and to also improve and develop. About 6 months after the changes were implemented, the team had achieved record targets and performance was at an all-time high, with the vast majority of staff recognising the change had been a positive one, and I was proud of my part in helping with the transition. Now you can see with that answer, as well as clearly demonstrating you're adaptable and you embrace change, this answer also covers the civil service assessable behaviour of seeing the bigger picture. Now, sometimes seeing the bigger picture is about actively encouraging or helping an organisation to change. Most people are not comfortable with change, and the old viewpoint of, if it isn't broke, why fix it, is often heard in some organisations. Now, this is extremely unhelpful to the progression of an organisation, so it's important that you're capable of seeing the bigger picture in respect to how an organisation needs to change in order to have a successful future. You need to be adaptable, and that is what you're going to be assessed against during your video interview. So think about that when answering this question. So the next question is, tell me about a time when you helped other people. Now, another key strength that you must demonstrate in your answer is relationship builder. This means you need to show that you are someone who gains mutual respect of others quickly, you can build lasting relationships, and you earn trust with others. Remember, you will be scored against this strength and the others mentioned in this presentation, so take note. Here's a great answer to help you. Tell me about a time when you helped other people. In a previous role, there was a new member of the team who had just joined, and her English was an area she sometimes struggled with. I could detect that she lacked confidence and was struggling to understand some of the basic principles of the tasks that she was given as a result. I am someone who naturally wants to help others, and so I decided to offer my help. Having introduced myself to her, I explained I'd be happy to provide support for her if she needed it, and she was very welcoming of this. We ended up meeting early each morning for 30 minutes before work for a coffee in the cafeteria, and I went over how she could approach each given task. We did this for the next 2 to 3 weeks, and I provided my encouragement and praise, and she quickly improved and was able to complete the task to the required standard. We became good friends as a result, and she would always reach out to me if she needed clarification or confirmation that she understood the tasks given to her moving forward. I was really proud of the way I handled the situation, as not only did it increase her confidence, it also reinforced that we're part of a caring and supportive team. Now that's a really strong answer to that tough question, because this response shows that you are someone who identifies quickly when a member of your team is struggling. It shows that you're quick to act and that everything that you do is supportive. You're clearly someone who wants to help your work colleagues to learn and grow in a supportive environment, building respect, trust, and long-lasting relationships with others. Now don't go anywhere, as I still have more interview questions and answers to give you, but when you're ready, click that link in the top right hand corner. It will take you to my website, howtobecome.com, where you can download my 21 civil service fast stream interview questions and answers for all civil service roles and grades to give you the edge in your interview, including the ones we're covering right now. Okay, here's the next question for you. Tell me about a time when you identified a need for self-development or improvement. Now, this fast stream interview question is a great opportunity for you to demonstrate 2 accessible civil service strengths. The first one being improver, you're looking for better and original ideas, and the second being learner, a desire to learn new information and self-development. Now, here's a great answer that's going to help you score highly on this interview question. Tell me about a time when you identified a need for self-development or improvement. Here we go. During a previous position, I was in a role that required me to provide excellent customer service, which included recommendations for products and services. However, having had no prior sales experience, I was slightly concerned that my sales techniques were not as strong as others on the team. I was concerned as I did not want to let the team down. I wanted to be a high-performing member of the team, and I am someone who always strives to do the best in anything I set out to do. I therefore sat down and performed a quick self-assessment of my skills to identify where I needed to improve, before then implementing a plan of action to get to the standard I wanted to be. Some of the actions I took included talking with more experienced work colleagues who were good at sales and asking them to share their techniques and tips to increase sales. I also signed up to a sales development course on the website udemy.com. I was able to learn from this course during my evenings at home, and a few weeks after implementing my plan, I'd completed the course and went on track to become one of the best performing team members in regards to sales. Now let's take a look at another tough civil service fast stream interview question, which is, tell me about a time when your style of communication resulted in a positive outcome. Now, a great strategy for this interview question is to demonstrate more than one style of communication and to also demonstrate one or more of the civil service fast stream interview strengths. I strongly recommend that you use an example that shows the strength inclusive. This means that you see people as individuals and you actively seek to encourage them and provide opportunities. It's also important to remember that you treat everyone as equal. So here's a great example answer to help you. Tell me about a time when your style of communication resulted in a positive outcome. Here we go. There was a time in a previous team where a team member of mine felt he was overlooked for a promotion. He was understandably upset about this outcome, as someone with less experience than him had been promoted instead. Now, he told me he was considering leaving the company at the end of the week as a result of feeling overlooked, and this concerned me, as I felt like he was making an irrational decision in the heat of the moment, instead of taking the time to look at the situation with a clear head. To help my colleague, I decided the best thing to do was to sit down with them, express that I understood how they were feeling, and try to persuade him to change his mind. I used an empathetic tone initially, before moving on to a more positive tone when I demonstrated how they were a valuable member of the team and how far he had come within the organisation since starting, and that he should try and see the bigger picture in regard to what the company required at this particular moment in time. Finally, I tried to use a determined attitude to explain to him that his time will come for a promotion in the future, and that the best way to approach this would be to work hard and carry on performing to a high standard. I'm a big believer in equality for everyone, and I feel it's always important to actively encourage opportunities for others. And I'm pleased to say, over the next few months, the manager of our team noticed the performance of my colleague and he went on to be promoted. He thanked me for my encouragement and I was pleased with the overall outcome as it benefited the whole team. Now the next interview question is, tell me about a time when you helped a work colleague develop a new skill or improve an existing one. Now it is a core value for all civil service staff to naturally want to encourage, help and develop other members of staff. You must be able to see the potential in everybody. The civil service call this strength enabler. You will be assessed on this strength during your interview. So here's a great example answer to help you. Tell me about a time when you helped a work colleague develop a new skill or improve an existing one. One of my favourite aspects of my previous role was being a mentor for newer members of staff. I am a keen learner myself and get a great sense of reward when encouraging and helping others to develop. One colleague of mine comes to mind in particular, who had only been with the company for a few weeks. They were on probation and due to an internal reshuffle would be joining my department in the near future. I agreed to help teach them my role by dedicating 30 minutes each day over 2 weeks. Before I started our sessions, I created a tick sheet with all the tasks I wanted to teach them that I felt would be most beneficial. I also used our first meeting to ask them a few questions about their current level of knowledge before I wrote the tick sheet and action plan. At all times during our meetings, I was patient and worked at the pace they were comfortable with, encouraging them to ask as many questions as possible, as I believe this helps people learn and develop best. At the end of our 2-week meetings, I gave them a little test on what they had learned to help reaffirm everything that I had taught them. I really enjoyed this time and it felt very rewarding being part of someone else's development, and I'm pleased to say they went on to pass their probation period. I would always like to do more of this in the future if the opportunity ever arises. Now the next thing to do is to please make sure you click that button in the top right hand corner of this video right now, head through to my website howtobecome.com where you can download these slides and get access to 21 Civil Service Fast Stream interview questions with the high scoring answers to each question in a PDF guide. You can literally have access and all of the slides in your inbox within 2 minutes from now. And it's guaranteed to help you prepare effectively for your interview and also, more importantly, put you ahead of the competition. I really hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Please don't forget to subscribe, as I'm on a mission to help as many people as possible pass their job interviews, and I can only do that if you're subscribed. Please also hit that like button because that encourages me to make more videos just like this one. And if you have any questions regarding your civil service interview, please feel free to put these in the comment section below where I will get back to you. And finally, if you'd like to connect with me on LinkedIn, I've put my LinkedIn link in the description below. It's always great to connect with like-minded professionals such as yourself. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you all the best with your civil service fast stream interview. Have a great day.